welcome to Robin's Reading Nest, where birds of a feather read together. I want to thank you for joining me today. If this is your first time on my channel, please go back and look at the other review videos that I have posted. The last book that I did was Glory Be by Danielle Arsenault, and Glory Be is a cozy mystery genre book. And before that, I did the Black Girls Must series by Jane Allen, which included the book from her Black Girls Must trilogy. Oh, so today's book is entitled One Summer in Savannah, and it's by Terah Shelton Harris. Now, this book has a lot to deal with healing from past trauma, from familiar relationships, and just love in general. So our main character for this book is Sarah Lancaster, and she has been living in Maine for the past 8 years. In those 8 years, she has given birth to a beautiful, intelligent daughter named Alana. Now, Alana was the product of Sarah's assault, and Sarah vowed to never return to her hometown of Savannah for fear of losing her daughter to her attacker's family, who are the Weilers. Now, due to the Weilers' power and influence and money, Sarah felt like the only way that she could keep custody of her daughter and hide the identity of her daughter's father was to remain hidden all of this time in Maine. But one day, Sarah receives a frantic call from her father's longtime girlfriend, stating that he has had a heart attack and that Sarah needs to come home immediately. Also in this book, we meet Jacob Weiler. He is the identical twin brother to Sarah's attacker. He also fled Savannah and vowed to never come back home. After his brother's trial, he just felt like the best way to live his life and to not be pulled into the family drama is just to go away. And part of that reason is because during his brother's trial, he did testify for Sarah's side, stating that he did see Sarah go into the room with his brother and that he heard Sarah say no. And so his mother blamed him for his brother going to jail. So, unbeknownst to Sarah, Jacob also comes back to town. But what Sarah doesn't know is that Jacob has been spending time with her father. A chance meeting brings them together, and this starts the beginning of a healing journey for both Sarah and Jacob. It also leads to a revelation from Daniel that could upset the already traumatic feelings that Jacob is trying to mend. So let's meet our cast of characters. Sarah Lancaster, who has been assaulted, which results in the birth of her daughter Alana. After the trial of her attacker, she picks up and moves to Maine, where she's basically hiding her daughter. Alana Lancaster is Sarah's 8-year-old daughter who is extremely gifted. She is so gifted that she can't relate to children her age. She has a fascination with time and wonders why every watch that she owns seems to stop working. She is also fluent in 4 languages: English, Spanish, Italian, and Latin. Our next character is Jacob Weiler. He is the uncle to Alana and the identical twin brother to Daniel. After the trial, he left Savannah and really focused on his education. With his fascination with stars and the universe, he got a doctorate in astrophysics. He also testified against his brother during his brother's trial, which upset their mom and caused a rift in the family. Jacob was named David, but he decided to go by his middle name to distance himself from his brother. Our next character, Daniel Weiler, identical brother to Jacob, father to Alana, attacker of Sarah. He is trying to redeem himself while serving a 10-year prison bid after being found guilty. During his prison bid, he has been teaching inmates how to read and write at college level. He has also started a sustainability prison program. He was also recognized for saving the life of a female CO during a fight. Bertie Weiler is mom to Daniel and Jacob. She blames Sarah for Daniel's prison bid and Jacob for testifying. She uses her name and money to get what she wants. Hosea Lancaster is Sarah's father. He owns a local bookstore and he speaks in prose due to something that happened when Sarah was 9. He currently has a brain aneurysm. Sylvia is Hosea's longtime partner and has been in Sarah and Hosea's life ever since Sarah's mom passed away. I usually don't like when authors go back and forth between characters or time. It seems like when they start going back and forth, the author spends so much time on minor stuff in a backstory that when you come back to present day, it feels rushed and the ending of the story is confusing or no good. But Tara did a good job of letting both Sarah and Jacob tell their backstory without losing the pace of the book. I feel like all of the characters grew as the story progressed. Sarah was able to forgive the Weiler family and open up her heart by dropping the walls she had put up. Jacob also was able to forgive his mother for blaming him for his brother's indiscretions. Hosea had forgiven the Weiler family and welcomed Jacob into his life. Sarah was not made aware of her family's embracement of Jacob into her family, but as she spent more time with Jacob, she could understand her father's decision. While reading, I understood Sarah's trepidation to come back to Savannah. Her trauma was so palpable and fearful, I probably would have done the same. Also, as a mother, I would want to protect my child by any means necessary. Some would say that since Alana is smarter than most grown-ups, it would have been a bad idea to hide her father's identity. But I disagree. She may be a genius, but she is still a child, and I wouldn't want to take that innocence away from her. I was taken aback, though, when about Sarah and Jacob's interactions, but they were needed in order for them to come to a place of peace. It has to be hard to look at the face of your attacker. You know that it's not your attacker per se because he's in prison, but to look at his brother, it's probably hard for Sarah to separate her feelings between the two. She knows that Jacob is a good man, but his brother's face is all that she sees when she sees Jacob. One of my favorite quotes from the book was, "Forgiveness, I've heard, is like a door. You can open yourself up to it or close yourself off from it anytime. We can't rewrite history or change the outcome. Life is a series of choices, and we live in and with those choices we make." And that was a quote from Sarah. I like this quote because forgiveness is the one thing that a lot of people have trouble doing. Humans want forgiveness, but the majority of the time, a lot of them have trouble giving it. For example, Bertie needed forgiveness from Sarah and Jacob, but she was so closed off and hell bent on sticking up for Daniel that her judgment was so clouded that she believed that she was beyond reproach. This caused her to miss out on such a wonderful and beautiful granddaughter such as Alana. Daniel wanted forgiveness from Sarah. It took for him to be locked up to realize that he and his mother had destroyed Sarah's teen years and her reputation. David had to learn to forgive Bertie for not being able to express true emotion and for continuing to fight for Daniel's lies. As far as themes go in the book, forgiveness was the main theme. There was also a small theme of racism where we find out that Bertie was a poor black girl from Atlanta when she met Jacob and Daniel's father, who was a wealthy white boy. His family did not accept nor approve of Bertie, but he decided he loved her and married her anyway. As you continue to read the book, you'll discover that not only did Daniel's trial affect the Weiler family, there were some other misfortunes or tragic events that also happened to them. And that could also explain why Bertie acts the way that she does. It's a lot for one person to handle. And I guess the only way Bertie felt like that she could deal with it was to be stoic and not have much emotion. Now, according to Jacob and Daniel, Bertie really didn't have much emotion at all while they were growing up. But as those tragic events unfolded, she really didn't show any, and she became just stone face and her heart just as cold as ever. I really love this book, and it took me no time to read it. It was very intriguing. It had me on the edge of my seat, and I couldn't put it down. It's just a very good book to help deal with family trauma and healing, whether it's in your family or outside people. So, for that fact, I gave it 4 out of 4 stars. I have also talked to other people on TikTok, and they also felt the same. It was just a really, really, really good book on forgiveness and healing. Um, so yeah, Tara, this is a very good book. I would like to see where Sarah and Jacob's relationship continues to grow. I would like to see how far in life Alana could get. And I could also see Birdie actually becoming a grandmother and pouring all of the love that she doesn't show into Alana. If you have read this book or others like it, please drop a comment and let me know what you think. Again, the name of the book is One Summer in Savannah by Terah Shelton Harris. All right, you guys, thank you again for joining me for Robin's Reading Nest. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Also, visit me on my Instagram or my TikTok, Robin's Reading Nest. And please go over there and like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, thank you for visiting Robin's Reading Nest, where birds of a feather read together.